Wake up, let's go, my dear. It's time to go.
Oh, what's happening?
Look at this, I have a breakfast ready for you.
It's not our anniversary, is it?
No, but I do have a surprise for you.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
You gotta get up. So we gotta go to the marina today and we're gonna take a tour.
A tour of the marina? Why would we possibly need to take a tour of the marina? You know we can't afford a boat, right?
No, not a boat. The boat. I think I found the right boat. And if we go without things for a year, like, if we didn't have any desserts after our meals, if we didn't use toothpaste or toilet paper, or we ate beans and toast for a year, I think we could come up with a down payment.
I'm the one who's sleeping, but it turns out you're the one who's dreaming.
So you're telling me you're not even going to entertain the idea of a boat?
No, at least not for the next 10 or 40 years. I think you just want a boat because all your friends have a boat.
Not all of them. And why shouldn't we have nice stuff like them?
That's part of the problem with money. We worry more about what it says about us than about what it says about our relationship with God.
So do you think that's why a lot of families are stressed about money?
Well, it's not the only problem. I mean, think about it. You have a relationship with two people coming together who have different ideas about money, and even people who come into a relationship with bad habits about money. And a lot of couples don't ever talk about how to handle money before they get married.
That's true. And if we think about we often talk in marriage, the Bible talks about oneness. The two shall become one. And so that's what we're really working towards in marriage, right? So I guess finances should be part of that as well.
And if two different people with two different opinions can come together in a like-minded way about how to earn, save, and spend money, that's practically a miracle. And it's definitely a gift from God.
Yeah, there's a lot of resources, I guess, on how to, manage your money. But probably first, the best thing to do is get a biblical understanding of how God wants us to use our money, and then work together as a couple towards that.
Well, and even singles need to learn how to manage money in a way that honors God, and that will actually help prepare them for marriage.
You know what my problem is?
You got a lot of problems. You need to be specific.
My money problem is that I see things and I want them right away, but I should probably start with the same advice that I give the kids, right? If you see something, you have to ask yourself, is this a want or is it a need? Do I really need it or I just want it?
Yeah, and I love using a budget because it helps me know exactly how much money we have and how much we can spend.
Or can't.
Okay, or can't spend, and you also help me with that. I can't get anything past you.
I know what you mean. As long as I'm married to you, I'm probably never going to get a boat.
Oh, come on, look behind you. You got a boat right there. That's the only boat you're getting.
Very funny.
Yeah. Well, sometimes what helps for people as well is some outside accountability, which for some will mean getting the help of a professional accountant.
Yeah, and I think for me, when I think about accountability, first and foremost, I think about James 1:17, and it says, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change."
Yeah, it doesn't matter how hard we work to earn our money, it all comes from God. It's kind of like when the Apostle Paul was thanking Philippians for the gift that they had given him. Even though they were the ones who had given him some money, he actually said that it's God who provides for all of our needs.
Yeah, and if God provides everything that we have, we should be seeking Him for how we use it for His purposes. And this has always been true. Even think about the Old Testament. They were asked to give a portion of what God gave them back to Him so God could use it for His kingdom purposes. So no one's exempt.
And the Old Testament tithe was 10%. So let's say for argument's sake that that's still what God wants from us. Do you think that means that we can use the other 90% for whatever we want?
Oh, I wish it did, because we'd be having this conversation on my new boat. But no, I guess if everything is a gift from God, even that other 90%, we should be asking Him how He wants us to use it.
And 1 Peter 4:10 says, "As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace." Now, this verse is referring to spiritual gifts, but the principle can be applied to a lot of other things, like our money. God wants us to be good stewards of everything He's given us.
Yeah, and how we manage our finances says a lot about where we are in a relationship with God, what we think about God. And so it also helps us to determine if we're being self-focused or actually focusing on God.
When finances are a source of stress in a Christian home, it can be an indication that our focus is no longer on Christ.
Yeah, and the stress can come often when we want things that aren't necessary, or maybe they're not affordable, or maybe we fear what we have or don't have says about us. Like maybe people will look at us and think we're not as successful as them.
And some other families feel stressed because they just really have a hard time providing for the basic needs of their family. They just don't have a lot of money.
That's true, but in both cases, we're worried about the future and what money will bring, and we've put our trust or our focus on the circumstances rather in the sovereign God who's going to provide everything that we need.
If we could really grasp that truth, it'd free us from a lot of things, like comparing ourselves to other people or fearing what other people will think, the fear of not having enough, or the desire for having more, better things.
Yeah, so I guess there's lots of resources like books you can read, or you can get a financial advisor, all these different things to teach you how to manage your money, to budget and to save. But until we get this biblical understanding down, what we're really doing is just managing our money and not stewarding God's money.
It could be a real witness to the world, too, if we weren't anxious about finances. Because when you think about it, a lot of the world is anxious and unsatisfied. But when we trust God, that brings so much peace and contentment.
Okay, so let's summarize what we talked about here. Money can be a stressful topic when we are looking to our money to say something great about us. What we do with our money does say something about our values and priorities, and we should work to ensure that it is saying that we love the Lord first. The money we have is not our own. It is our loving Father's, given to us as provision, and we need to steward it well for His glory.
So I guess I can just sit and linger and enjoy this lovely breakfast you made me, because we don't need to go to the marina and look at that boat.
Oh, you can linger. You sit here, you linger, you eat, you enjoy, you have some, and we'll still go down. We can still go to the marina and look. It doesn't hurt to look.
Oh, honey, just turn around and look right there.
No,
your boat.
it's different. What if God's calling us to a boat ministry?
Oh, dear. A ministry to boats.
Yeah, think about it. All those boat people living down there on boats, do they have a neighborhood church? No.
Is that the technical term, boat people?
Probably not. Boaters? Maybe, I don't know. But they need a church too. Maybe that's what God's calling us to.
Okay, let me just enjoy this.